Hey there, guys! It's my first ever analytics video. I haven't scripted this, so here's what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna review kind of the first almost 2 months of the channel. You guys have been awesome, so I want to share and just be completely transparent with you on some of this stuff. We're just gonna go through because I'm gonna try and do this monthly. So I'm just gonna do since January 11th, which is when we first launched. And we got Walujo and Loki Doki, sent people over here, which is just what just happened. I can't believe that happened. Through the end of February, because I wanted to kind of do it monthly, but January was kind of a weird month because they're just first starting out, and I wasn't recording in 1080p and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have this scripted out what I want to talk about, but I do want to go over some of the cool things that we've done as a channel. Where we're going, and I really want to get some ideas from you around the purpose for the channel. So I have some ideas, but I want to see if you might support those. But we'll kind of talk about that at the end of the video. So I actually do want you to watch this whole video. Okay, so this is just crazy to me. So since January 11th through the end of February, people have watched, I got to pull this up, 7,185 minutes of my content, which by my math is 119.75 hours. That is that's just crazy. That is just crazy. Watching me play Football Manager, watching me learn how to play Football Manager while learning how to record videos and remembering to record in 1080p. But I just want to go through some of this stuff because it's been really cool what you all have done and come alongside me, and the likes and the shares and the comments and the subscriptions and all that kind of crazy stuff. So obviously watch time is important because that is how long someone is when they click on your video. That's how long they're watching your video, and that obviously gives us our total of 120 hours. I can't, that's crazy. I can't. But that's cool to see. So obviously on the 12th, we got a big uptick. It was my first, or I maybe had 2 videos out, I think. So I think I had my first video out on the 11th. That was oh, okay, we'll go ahead and launch it, because I couldn't schedule videos for some reason in YouTube yet. They wanted to see if I was serious. And after one video, then I could. That was weird. But like I said, everybody came in, that's one of the highest points of watch time in one day, because there was a lot of cool community support from outside my channel. And it kind of dropped off, and I wasn't expecting it to go and skyrocket, because that would just be insane, especially since I don't know what I'm doing, or maybe I do now, but I didn't back then. But it kind of bounced along, got a big spike here on the 5th. That was about the time with Sterling that we were doing our cup run, and that was cool. Things kind of bounced around. I think we got some retweets or something like that on that day. But it's kind of grown. So I like to look at things as averages, because I think it tells a better story than because you can see a big spike on one day. I'm that's cool, but does it actually mean anything, or is it just a big spike and it goes away? So rolling 7-day averages, obviously from nothing, and then there were 7 days hadn't happened yet. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around here is the actual first 7-day average number. And it's kind of bounced along then. Again, big spike. That was cool. And it's starting to come back a little bit here coming into March. So it's just been really cool to see that. Same thing on the views, if you look at it. Pretty consistent 7-day views. I've tried to put out videos every other day. I think we can actually look at that. Maybe. Sure we can. So I think, yeah, there's been I was doing it a little better here, but then there's been some gaps. I had some work, real life work stuff to do, whatever, but pretty consistent. And obviously when you do that many videos and you're really consistent with it, your views go up and your watch time goes up and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of cool to look at, but it's been really awesome. That it wasn't a one hit wonder where everyone came in and was oh, cool, you're a new guy in the community. And then you all bailed. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Audience retention is something apparently that YouTube looks very, 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 very heavily at. A lot. Again, this is 7-day averages. So average view duration is 624. That's not great. It's not terrible. I think the last one I saw that Loki Doki did, he was at 9 or 10 minutes, and his videos are usually 20 to 30 minutes long. So somewhere in there. But pretty consistent. Kind of like the series starts getting a little old, and then we go to a cup run in the second season. That's cool. You know, like you kind of expect that with the content, how it goes. People skip ahead in videos or only watch part of it or whatever. That's part of being on YouTube. That's normal. The average percentage viewed, you know, again, big spike. Everyone watched at the beginning when I was just like horrific. It's like, thanks. I wish that spike was now, because I feel like I'm slightly better, just a little bit better than I was on my first one, but that's called learning. So that's cool. But got pretty high here. Again, this is kind of that cup run that we were going through. So people were watching more of that stuff, but I want to show you something really cool, right? So 27% average viewed. This is subscribed and not subscribed. Okay. So there's, as of the time I'm doing this video, which is on Saturday, the 11th, there are 34 of you people, beautiful, beautiful people that are subscribed to my channel. Watch this bad boy. Boom. You're obviously much more loyal. That is huge. Like, that's a huge difference. That means like the not subscribed is probably not so good. Yeah, like 19%. But that means you're pulling that average up because you're actually watching my content. And I really appreciate it. To edit that out. I'm still dealing with a cold. That's what happens. Sorry about that. So, but like, I mean, like on the 29th, we had 50%, 48%. It's kind of trailed off a little bit, but now it's coming back here at the end of February. Like, thank you so much for watching the videos, because apparently that's what YouTube looks at. That's one of the things that they're looking for is, obviously, do people come look at your videos, but once they view them, do they just like bounce and leave? Or do they stick around and actually watch the video? So the fact that you all are like sticking around and watching a good chunk of the videos is just bananas to me. That's again 7-day average. If you look at it daily, it's going to spike around a lot more, which is why it's kind of hard to read for me. That's why I prefer the averages. Kind of gives you an overall feel, but that's pretty good, I think, for your first not even 2 months on YouTube to be averaging 37%, especially when you started here. And you guys have been awesome. Again, from a subscriber side with actually watching the videos. Devices, I'm always amazed by this. Obviously, okay, so let's scroll down here. Computer is the purple. So obviously, vast majority of people are like me and watching it on their, watching videos on YouTube on their computers. But man, I remember when I first looked at this report and I saw like TV and game console, and like, I don't know if it's like one person watching all the videos each time on those, but like the views are so much higher. And then I'm sitting there going, my mug is on someone's TV. That is just, it's just crazy to me. So that's cool to see. Obviously, mobile phone, it's hard when you're watching a Football Manager video and it's like tiny text, so I get that. So majority of people watch it on their computers, but I just think that's kind of really interesting to see. And again, big spike coming back here. Hopefully positive momentum coming into March. As of the end of February, we were at 28 subscribers. So started out really strong, adding subscribers, then it kind of dropped off. I'd like your thoughts. Is it something I was doing, or is that just natural? Is that kind of things kind of slow down, or do I need to encourage my audience to share the videos more to get more people to come? Like, I don't really know, because I don't know what I'm doing. But again, adding 36, losing 8, that seems pretty good. 28 subscribers. The more the merrier, right? But that's cool. The likes and dislikes. I like this on the averages because it's really spiky, right? Usually when I have a video get published, there's a big spike, and then the next day, big drop, right? So I think the averages is more important. What I like here, that's really cool that you guys do, is it started out 2, and then a couple of 3, and then down to 1, and then back to 2. Then a pretty consistent run of 3 per day, then down to 2, then pretty consistent run of 3, hopping up to 4. And so it feels like we're on like an upward trajectory. And I'm a human being, and I'm just like anybody else. Anytime you get a notification on your phone, or you can check your stats on YouTube on your phone, you get a little dopamine hit when it's like someone likes my video. Like, that's so crazy that like you guys do that. So I would just ask you, if you do like the videos, to keep doing that, because it makes me want to come back and record more stuff and get better at this and all that kind of stuff when people like. So that's been cool to see. What else can I show you? Comments. I feel like we got a good little community going. Again, it's per day. Pretty strong. 1-2 comments a day on average, 1.5 maybe. But again, usually if you take the averages off, it's like it spikes up whenever there's a video release, and that makes sense. That's totally normal. So maybe I should ask more questions in my videos to get more comments, to get more of that community feel. Like, this is me trying to do that. If you have ideas on what you want to see from my channel, like, I'm all ears. Like, I want to get better. I want to do this. I love doing it. I think it's so cool we got this community going on. Oh, let me go to demographics, because this is what I think is just absolutely crazy about the internet. Okay. That's not what I meant. Maybe I meant playback locations. No. Where's the countries? There is a demographic. Geography. There it is. I was seeing if you knew. Right. It's just it's just crazy to me. Like, this is crazy. United Kingdom. Wait, that's not right. There's more than 5 countries. Map. No, I've got people. Yeah. Why is it only showing? Why is it only showing the top 5? That's very strange. Because I'm assuming this is watch time, views. Huh. Well, I'm obviously doing something wrong here. Maybe bar chart helps. Nope. Anyway, good chunk of views from the UK. 50, like half of my views come from the UK. Then the United States. Then there's Netherlands, Mexico, Israel, but like Poland's in there. Germany's in there. Like, I'm not trying to leave anybody out. Portugal's got 50 views. Serbia's got 67 views. It's just nutty to me that like people in other countries are watching my videos. So if that's you, I mean, if you're in the US, I love you too, because America, woo. But thank you. Like, that is so just blows my mind. It's unreal. What about subscribed? Why? I must be doing something wrong. I think on the app, I should probably pull it up on the app. Let's do that. I can cut this part of the video. It's fine. Yeah, okay. So since we started here, UK 42%, United States 11.5%, Israel 8%, Germany 7.5%, Poland 7.5%, Mexico 5%, Portugal 5%, and then Serbia, Netherlands, Iceland, Ireland, Australia, Thailand, France, Finland, Sweden, India, Switzerland, Romania. Thanks. Like, it's like we're like an international movement, guys. Yeah, rock on stuff. So it's just, I think it's really cool to see that. So I'm not sure if there's anything else I can show you. I'm not supposed to show you revenue. I don't have ads installed right now. We'll talk about that in just a second as to why. Here's something that you could probably help me out with is sharing, right? Like, again, I don't think this report is right because we've had like 3 shares. That's what the dashboard says. So I don't know what's going on there. But when you share on Twitter, on Facebook, or whatever, it means a lot more when someone sees something that, like, you're saying, like, this is cool, you should watch. That would help drive more people to the videos, more subscribers, hopefully, if they like it. And, maybe drive them towards the most recent one, or have them come in at Honigzanka Honice in Poland, because by that point I'm kind of, I know what I'm doing a little bit. So that would be a good way to get them restarted on the series. That'd be a huge thing if you all could do that, or share this video. Hell, I don't know. Can I say that on YouTube? Sure I can. Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. But it's really cool. Maybe because I had that. Nope. Still the wrong list. Because again, Poland, 8 hours. 495 minutes would be above Mexico. So I don't know why it's not showing me that. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the channel. You all have been fan-freaking-tastic. I hope that you stick around and you keep sticking around. You keep liking, you keep commenting, you keep sharing. You stay subscribed. If you're not subscribed, that would be a great time. You can follow me on Twitter at Gray Hair Gaming. But I want to talk about what I want to do with the channel. I live in the United States of America. A vast majority of you live in the UK, the US, Poland, Israel, like countries. We have our problems. But like basic fundamentals, most people have. So I don't want to like blanket statements or whatever, but like if you can get to YouTube to watch my videos, life's probably pretty good for you. So one of the things when I was trying to do streaming on Twitch, was like, I wanted to stream for charity, to get like, could I use the money? Of course. Like I got 2 kids. Diapers are expensive. Food is expensive. Like staying alive is expensive. So I could always use the money. Sure. I'm not big enough to do a Patreon thing where like people give money each month or whatever. There's only 34 of you that are subscribed right now. So kind of need more than 34, but, I'm not sure if I'd even do that. Maybe I change my mind in the future, because one of the things I'm really passionate about personally is like basic fundamentals of life, like food and water and shelter. So my favorite charity right now, and I haven't heard anything bad come out about them, and they're really well marketed. I'm not sure what kind of a scope they have outside of the US. I know they just opened a UK branch or headquarters or whatever, is Charity Water. So I want to talk about them. I don't know if you can see this video. I should probably check my recording software here. It says water changes everything. So passionate about this. So think about how much water you use in a day, right? Like I got a clean glass of water here, right? I can drink it. Helps me stay hydrated so I can do my videos. Helps me get over the cold and the cough that I've got. I use it when I flush the toilet. I use it when I take a shower, wash the dishes. Like, it's like a necessity. And there are people in this world that don't have access to clean water. And like, if they had access to clean water, it wouldn't solve all their problems, but would solve a lot of their problems. It's primarily in the developing world. Usually collecting water, like if you don't have a formal community water system, then someone has to take a jug, and I'm going to buy one because I'm so passionate about it, to remind me about it. Has to like carry a jug or a jerry can or something like that to a river or to a creek bed or to a latrine or whatever. But the problem is, like, no water means no sanitation system. So people are drinking water that like is also like the river where the animals go to the bathroom and where people take baths and where mud is. And like, you can imagine the types of horrible things. The water doesn't look like that. It's brown, it's murky, it's full of disease. So, a lot of times in the developing world, the water collection duties falls on the young girls and the young women or the woman of the family. And they can walk like 2 hours one way to go get dirty water to carry back, which is, by the way, kind of heavy, to then give to their families, and it gets them sick. So I got 2 small kids, right? 700,000 kids die every year. I think it's in Africa. It may be in all the developing world, but like in rural parts of Africa, from waterborne disease, like diarrhea, like something that I would take Pepto-Bismol for. Get sick, boom, better. Fluids, right? That's what you do when you have the stomach bug. Those kids die. And that is just unbelievable to me. It's just unbelievable. So like, I just think about my life and like, I got a house, I got clean water, I got everything I could ever want. And there's people out there that like, they can't drink a clean glass of water. So that's the cool thing that Charity Water does. So you can pull them up. Here's the website. It's charitywater.org. The cool thing that they've done, it says 100% of your money brings clean water to people in need. So typically, like my generation is pretty not fond of charities because you got administrative expenses and people make all kinds of money. Like the president of the charity makes like bajillion a year or whatever. So like if you give $100, $87 might actually go to what they're trying to fix. Well, that's understandable, right? Because like they have staff and someone has to pay for the staff, right? Like you can't just assume the staff's gonna be volunteers forever. That just doesn't work. But when it gets really big and you look at some of the salaries that some of the presidents or CEOs or whatever these charities make, it's like, really? So my generation is kind of down on charity. So what Charity Water's done is they've gone out and they've found like the bajillionaires of the world, like the hedge fund managers of the world, right? And said, we want you to cover our overhead and our operating expenses. And what that allows them to do, so like the staff salaries, the rent, the computers, like everything, their credit card expenses, right? So if you, all that stuff is covered by a separate fund of money. So when it says you get 100% of your water goes to of your money goes to clean water, 100% of your money does, but on average, of course not, right? The average, I don't know what it is. It might be 85%. But what you should be concerned about, what I'm concerned about is like, if I give $100, $100 goes to the field and to their partner organizations out in these countries. So overall, someone is paying that extra 15% of overhead, but they've got more money than they know what to do with. So like they just cover it, right? So that's the cool thing is like, if you give $1 goes to the field. Do you give $50, $50 goes to the field. And the other thing that they do, and I'm just going to scroll here. I don't know if it's on here, is they GPS tag all of their projects. So, right, if you want to go look in, let's just look here. Cambodia. Okay. So if you fund a project or your money goes to a specific thing, I can't get it pulled up. But they'll it takes a while, right? Like it takes like 18 months to like do a water project wherever they do a water project. But they'll like go there, they take photos, they GPS tag it and drop it on a map. It's like you can literally see the impact that your money gave. And it's super transparent. Which is, from my experience, and again, this is how my generation thinks, not very normal. It's like a lot of times you give to charity and it's like, you don't know what happens after, I gave $100 and it just, you gave $100, feel good about yourself, boom, right? What this allows you to do is like, you get updates on this. Like if they're drilling a well somewhere in the Democratic Republic of Congo, they're drilling a well, you're getting updates. And then it's like, boom, we actually finished it. Here's the GPS coordinates and the photos. And I think that's so cool. Sorry, I keep having coughing fits. Love to not be sick. It'd be great, right? So I want to do something where, maybe we do a fundraiser, because you can start a campaign. And you want to raise this much money, and like, then you guys out there that are subscribed, or even if you're not, right, you watch the videos, like you could contribute to that. I thought about doing, and I want to get your ideas on this. Because I don't want to always just support Charity Water. It's just something I'm passionate about right now, but there's all kinds of good organizations out there that could use help and funding and all that kind of stuff. But I thought about, right, like I do this in my media room that you could see all around my chair and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not fancy. I don't have a green screen. I want to get a green screen and like some, they're called light boxes. So like it evenly lights your face and it evenly lights the screen. So like then you could green screen and then I wouldn't take up as much room on the videos and it'd look more professional and all that stuff, right? I want to build a table because I'm doing this on an IKEA, really cheap IKEA desk with my webcam on my monitor, which is on a monitor stand, which is really cheap because it's by Acer. Watch, if I just shake my desk, see the video moving there? Yeah, that's annoying, right? That happens sometimes when I'm doing video. So I want to build a desk. I want to build monitor stands and a place to put the camera that's like firm and it's not going to like wobble all over the place. So I thought maybe like we could do a campaign or something where, you know, if you guys give X amount of dollars to the campaign, you know, and it runs for however long, maybe it's a month or I can't remember how long you can campaign for. I can look it up, right? You know, you raise this amount. Well, you know, maybe I match it or I match half of it and I spend the other half on the channel, right? Like the first thing I would do is get green screens and the light boxes, because I think that's going to be the first thing that really ups the quality of the videos. And I can just try not to, you know, hit the desk and move the the monitor and the webcam. So I just wanted to get your ideas there. It's something I'm super passionate about. It really kind of level sets me every day. Like if I start to get frustrated about life or, you know, job stuff. I recently got some not so great job news. And my wife stays home with our kids. So like I kind of need really good job news. But I got a roof over my head. I got food. I've got clean water. Like I'm one of the richest people in the world. And if you're watching this video, you're most likely one of the richest people in the world too, just based on those things. And I want to have a channel that is able to like do something good in the world. That's the cool thing I think about the Football Manager community. It doesn't seem to be like this toxic place on the internet. There are other communities out there and they're fun games, but a lot of times like the community is really toxic. And I think it's because Football Managers, if we go back and look at the analytics, right, demographics, a little bit older, right? So, hey, I'm not judging you. If you're 13 to 17 years old and you're hanging out here, cool, love you to death, please stay. But I think, you know, you get a little bit older demographic, you kind of chill out a little bit, and you're most likely not an internet troll. So I think that's the Football Manager community is already really positive. I just want to be able to like harness that positivity and deploy it to like do like cool stuff in like the actual world. That would be awesome. And if we can do something at the same time where it like incentivizes me to make the channel better and make my videos better, that's cool too. But my big thing is like, I want to impact the world, and I want to get that kid more water, right? And help bring down the number of kids that die every year from like drinking water that shouldn't kill them. So, this has gone a little bit longer, I think, than I thought it was going to. So I've asked for a couple things throughout the video. I honestly can't remember what they are right now. Would love your thoughts and your comments down below. Let me know what you think about campaigning and matching money and improving the channel at the same time. One day I'll stop coughing and having to edit videos. That would be cool too. But for those of you that have been here, that are subscribed, that watch my videos, I really appreciate it. It's so cool to see people like. Sometimes I traditionally publish the video about 3 o'clock Eastern time, which I think is like 8 o'clock UK time. And then after that, I'm sorry, I don't know what time it is. Maybe it's like 9 or 10 o'clock for you. But like there's some people like within like 15 minutes of posting it, I have like 2 or 3 views, like just like that. And that's so cool to see. But I've waffled on enough about that. Let me know about your thoughts in the comments. And we'll have another video tomorrow going back to Honigzanka Honice. It's going to be probably a longer video. We got winter break. We got financial update. We got some transfers. Got all kinds of stuff going on there. So come back then. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my channel. You guys are awesome. Have a good one.